tab L19.
L19 residences.
Right, yeah. So on the AI side, we'll see more of it we go on, but it's the early days of the AI going about their lives. There's a lot more that's going to come in. We have this usable system, I think we've talked about in the past, that longer term is what allows the AI to do everything from playing an arcade game to sweeping the floor to having a drink.
Well, even allowing the player to do the same thing.
Yeah, and the player, you can use the same systems and animations. And so we want to build a living, breathing city or locations, because the thing is, in a multiplayer game, if you just rely on the players for the population, the problem is everyone's running around trying to do a mission or earn money, and they're sprinting left and right. So the AI is very important to give locations a sense of life, which is what we're going to be aiming for here. You're going to see more of it. We're going to go down to the base of L19, and when we look back at it, you'll sort of see it's a tall, sort of upside down bracket. Like here's the admin office in the bit of L19, so again, that's where you could drop off or have things delivered. You can sort of see how tall it is up on it, and let's head out.
I think this area holds 100 habs.
Yeah, so each building holds 100 habs.
Yeah.
So as more players come online and they would start in Lawville, we would actually have more of these buildings that would be populated. Yeah. So here we are, we're out here. This is looking out at the vista onto Lawville. See a fair amount of security. And
we have the spaceport across the way.
Yeah, Tessa Spaceport is the main spaceport of Lawville that's coming. And you can't see if we ship, but there should be ships coming and going, as well as players. So we have ships that are actually coming out of quantum travel in orbit and coming down, landing on the pad or taking off. But I didn't see any one of them. But that's because it's also systemic, so it doesn't always happen on cue because it's not scripted. And here we'll carry on because we're going to show you a little bit of Lawville. And this area is sort of the kind of the L19 worker area of it, right?
And this is about selling the security building and the oppression of Hurston towards its workers.
So Hurston's a corporate planet, and the Hurston Corporation owns and runs it. So as you see a fair amount of security around, they're maybe, I wouldn't say the nicest employer. They want everyone to do their job and not complain, even if they don't get paid a lot and the air quality is really bad. You'll see a fair amount of Hurston security around. They will, stop and do checks on other NPCs, tell you to move on and hurry up. And here we are coming out onto, I think, the main plaza of this particular area. I think we call it Leavesden, right?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll go into the bar.
Yeah, and bar. I've talked about bars long term being locations you would go to get some gossip, find out what's happening, maybe have some slightly shadier missions that you can accept versus the sort of more clean scrubbed ones that you would get on, say, the job boards.
I love that poster.
Yeah, the hammerhead.
So every now and then.
Yeah, and we're in an active city, so we actually have full trains of transit.
Yep. They do.
Hey.
I just went by.
Okay.
You all right?
That's the light flickering.
You want a drink or
I
something?
need a drink.
So this is our early implementation of the bartender, and you can order whiskey or you can order beer. So Glenn is going to do an Irish coffee in kind of a messed up way, not the proper way.
What do you want?
Appreciate it.
Good choice.
As I said, this is the 3-3 build.
Yep.
There's
still some glitches.
Like
and some wonky gravity.
It's fine once we get it.
Yeah.
It doesn't reset the gravity vector until you actually pick it up. So. We got ice cube simulation. There you go. Very important.
Yeah.
And there is only there's only one cube in the whiskey, which is also very important. All right, let's have a drink. Let's have a drink, but not too much.
So again, in the future, when we're talking about the player status, you'll be able to drink too much, stumble around, have those types of wonderful things.
Yeah, maybe you have one drink, you'll have a little bit of courage, you'll like a little bit more strength in combat, but too many drinks, so you lose your coordination. All right.
Hey.
We've missed the trains both times. So,
Glenn?
okay, let's see. All right, we have we got an invite to go see Clovis Darneely in the reclamation and disposal. So this is the mission that is the one that we're going to show. So
yes.
Let's accept that. And we just need to go to reclamation and disposal and go from there.
And this is one of the mission givers on Hurston. One of the multiple ones.
He obviously had a few drinks.
Yeah. So over here we've got Maria of Heart. This goes back to player status and kind of the idea behind Death of the Spaceman, where when you die, this is where you'll come back. You'll respawn here.
Yeah.
And then also when you get injured and the med pin takes you back to a certain percentage, and then it will fade over time, and then you'll need to actually get fixed up here, whether it's at a hospital or by the Apollo or Endeavour.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the idea is the med pen is a short-term solution that stops bleeding and lets you operate for a little while, but if you don't go and get longer-term fixed up, the bleeding will come back and you'll eventually die. So even with med pens, you still need to go back and get medical help and fix yourself up, just like repairing you're like a ship, you repair yourself. So here we are, reclamation and disposal.
Apologies. The air is especially dreadful today. Still alive, I think. Hello, welcome to Reclamation and Disposal. My name is Clovis Darneely. Wonderful to meet you. What can I do for you on this fine day?
Well, you gave us an invite about work. Let's ask about that.
It's an excellent question. If you're not particularly concerned with shades of morality, I may have a lead on some, well, let's just call it questionable materials in need of forceful collection. The devil's in the details, I believe. Read them well.
Okay, there's a satellite that's fallen from orbit and it has a prototype blade in it we want to check out. Yeah, let's do it.
Wonderful. Best of luck.
Okay, let's head out to the crash site. We're going to just check the mission, I guess. Yeah, sure we got it. Oh, we're going to do a comm call. All right. We're going to ask one of our friends. Okay. Fingers crossed.
Yes. Definitely.
Hey, man.
There he is. Uh-oh. Hand's a bit weird.
Oh.
How's it going?
Not too bad. Just chilling here in Largo, waiting for those friends to check out one of their new ships.
Nice, man. Hey, look, I just got this mission. Apparently I need to go out to some location for some potential salvage. Wonder if you want to...
that sounds good. If I'm in the area, I'll definitely join up with you if I see you.
Did he calibrate, by the way?
You look interested.
Definitely.
All right, man. I'll catch you out there, yeah? Meet up with you.
All right, man, later.
All right, dude. Juicies.
All right. So we come. Obviously, there's still some kinks in the facial stuff to work out.
Just a little bit.
I'm not sure whether we calibrated correctly. And doesn't Chris have glasses or not?
Chris does have glasses.
Yeah. So, but that is an example of com calls in RTT with the face over IP. Not the best example of the quality that you can get out of it. But we have face over IP that's working right now in the 3.3 OCS branch that the Evercadia.
They can actually play it too.
And they could, yeah, and you'll also be able to go and check it out in the LAN room, the Drake LAN room. Okay,
So that's L19. That is,
that is
that's the Habs that we
that's
were
right,
at
we're
in
in
the
the Habs.
security building.
behind the security building. And then where's the worker trade stuff?
We're going to head to Tammany & Sons, which is a shop, and we're going to buy some armor. We're going to buy a multi-tool as well, because we'll need that for the mission. So straight ahead, that is to the business district that we'll be working towards for 3-4.
Yeah, don't try to cosplay those little
bags?
cheap plastic bags, breathing apparatus things. It may not end well.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the actual new flight suit that's coming with 3.3. It's the RSI Odyssey. It's very cool. So we're just gonna get it.
Buy the helmet.
Okay. Get that.
And then we need to go.
Do we have the suit? I don't have the suit.
Yeah, we have the suit. We need to go get the multi-tool. So think of the multi-tool like your personal utility item that will have different attachments that you can actually use, whether that be cutting or welding or salvaging. Hopefully mining, I can talk them into mining.
Yeah, like small scale mining.
Yes, very small scale mining.
All right. At least put the undersuit on. Here we go. You sure we got the thing? It says undersuit empty.
Oh. Yeah, okay then.
Yeah, you only did buy the helmet, by the way, just to let you know. Did it not let you be able to buy the RSI suit?
No, I don't think it gave him the right items.
It needs to refresh that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Write that up as a bug.
Yes.
So just put a little armor on top of the RSI suit.
We'll do the helmet when we fly.
Yeah, you don't need that on Hurston. Even though the air quality is bad, it is breathable. All right. Okay.
So we're going to make our way to the train station. So this is the workers' district, and that's how the workers get taken to the strip mine.
Can you see the trains going by or not? There you go, look, so you see, so there's actually functioning, I don't know if you saw that, but there's functioning trains in Lowville. We're actually going to get on one of the trains. We just saw one go past. We can go to the metro station now. There you go, see? There's actually a functioning transit system that we're going to head to, which is very cool. And even when you're flying outside, you can see the trains on their tracks going between the different stations.
we have the admin office that we just passed. That's the residencies, and then we've got the security building right here.
Off limits.
So we watch it, we stare, we like hang out too long, they tell us to move along. Again, there's still some kinks everyone's working out on that side of stuff. Let's go to the Metro Center to get to the spaceport.
Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry line. Welcome to Metro Center.
So
Transfers
here
to
we
the
can either
perimeter,
go to the
spaceport,
perimeter
and
line, which
industry
will take
line.
us to the outskirts, or we can take the spaceport line, which is going to take us into the TSA spaceport. So that's where we need to go to get our
Welcome
ship.
to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport.
There's 6
and
different
industry
gates
line.
that the player can enter into the city, and plus the spaceport. So it gives you just kind of the idea of the scale of the city.
And all these trains run on a schedule. So actually, if we take a look, we can see above, train arriving in 103 seconds. What about the other track? Look at the other track. Train arriving in, 26. Okay, well,
Train's departing.
train's departing in 26 seconds.
So it just came in.
So we missed it coming in. All right.
Be
But
considerate
yeah,
of
the
your
basically the
fellow
trains come and go.
Do not block doors.
If
So-
you actually walk out and go and take the other train. Glenn, do you want to do that? Or just watch it go?
One thing that you will notice is that the
6,
transitions between
5, 4.
heliports or between elevators as well as
Trespassing or attempting to
this is
trespass.
basically like a fancy
Train
transport.
go, yeah.
And dangerous descent.
Off it goes.
It's now
Let's go to the
fixed, so
other
you
train.
won't fall out.
So, okay, we got 53 seconds. We're we're going to do commuter citizen. So if you miss the train, you have to wait for the next one.
I saw somebody that was very excited about that on Reddit. So
Yeah,
Considerate of your fellow travelers.
this one's for you.
yeah. Well, I just wanted to share. I love the fact that there's a running transit system, and you have to catch it right,
And actually, the team worked very, very hard on this, putting this together,
Yes.
and actually building the tracks, building everything that goes into it.
should be
The other
showing
thing,
up any minute now.
Trespassing
Come on, little
or
trainee.
attempting to trespass
There you go.
is a serious
See, in Star Citizen, the trains do run on time.
this one started.
We may
pretty-
crash.
Yeah.
We may do some other stuff, but our trains definitely run on time.
So the AI in the future will be able to transition between the spaceport and L19. Right now they don't, so it will be a
Yeah, you'd
An
have
empty
you have a
ride.
train, people getting on, getting off,
Yeah.
sitting down in the seats, just like you would get a normal commuter train. So the usable system, the new usable systems only just come online. And it's one of the reasons why you're not seeing that many of the actions that are going. But this is all physically real. We are traveling in Lawville, and you can see out. You look back, you see the tracks, right? And that's the Hurston Dynamics building, which is 4 kilometers high. Lawville itself is about 24 kilometers in sort of diameter, the main area of it, which is about equivalent to Austin, actually. So Lawville's about Austin size in real world scale. So that's, I think not many games sort of do things at the level of scale that we're doing. So here we are coming into TISA Spaceport. And longer term on the transit system, we're going to have line switching, a lot more options that will be much more like a real, kind of metro system or track. 'Cause right now,
It's
they sort of
just
run
point A
point
to
to
point
point B, but
Yeah.
we're going to have them have actual multiple stops that you're going off, multiple hab stops. It's anyway, it's fun. So there you are. And whatever the train simulator out there, we're doing a little bit of that too.
train tracks is a serious and dangerous offense.
All right. There we go. I'm going to head to the spaceport, which would be
Please
the
make sure you have
place.
collected all property when clearing customs.
Have all the relevant information ready for inspection.
All right. So longer term with the law and order system that we're going to be working with, going between places, you know, depending on what you carry, there'll be checkpoints, so you won't be able to necessarily say carry weapons or contraband, and that's kind of what these custom points are. They're not fully operating yet, but that's the longer term goal. Won't be in 3.3, but as the law and order system comes in, that's all going to be part of it. And here we are.
Just for the smugglers, that makes it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, you got to find a backdoor entrance,
Yes.
or how to come, or how to hide it. And smuggling is a specific kind of gameplay that we are going to add to what's happening here. So here we're in the main concourse, and you can sort of look out. Yeah, ignore the glitching AI. We have lots of those. There's a few ships on part of that. That's actually, we'll go there later. Saw that. That's the Kraken. You can see the sides of the Kraken because there's got a cutlass on it and a Buccaneer, if you take a look and we zoom in. And it LODs in properly. There you go. So it's not a small ship. I don't know, are there any ships coming and going? Well, I'm on this build. I saw it like this morning. Do we disable the ships coming and going? I don't know what happened.
No.
So in the spaceports you'll come, there'll be sort of hubs. So normally there'll probably be a ship dealer. There is actually a ship dealer on this spaceport, which we'll go and see later on. There'll be different lounges, so like maybe one for the Chairman's Club, one for sort of UE, USO style one, and then we're going to have various guilds that if you become a member, they may have their own sort of lounge in the various spaceports. We're going to go and just retrieve our ship to go on the mission.
The rework.
Yeah, we'll take the new Mustang, which has been reworked.
Your ship has been delivered
Not
to
the
the following
Aurora.
landing pad.
No.
There you are, landing pad, hangar 4. So over in that direction, we're going to go back and visit later on, is actually where the ship dealer is, which is a big deal because in 3.3, when Hurst and Lowville are in, you'll be able to buy ships and also rent ships over here. So we'll have ship rental too. You're not going to be able to buy every single ship because we're going to have different ship dealers or places that will specialize, like here's an Origin dealer or whatever. And there'll also be used ship dealers, like
Yes.
we're going to have one on Levski called Teachers,
Yep.
which would be fun, but we'll go visit this later. Let's go to, and down here, sorry Glenn, yeah, Glenn's reminding me, long term, you're also going to be able to take like transit, just the same like we have the transit system in the train, commercial transport to different locations on the planet or off-world. So that would be where that would be down on the spaceport, and we would build that. So as an NPC, you could fly your own ship, or you could take a ship to get there, basically a Starliner. So let's go down to the hangar. And in 3.3 of Lowville and Hurston, we've got two hangar types that we've built, which is the large hangar and the extra large, because they will hold every ship. Now, obviously, we're going to be in a large hangar, even though we're in a Mustang. It's too big of a really hangar for a Mustang, but
It sells the scale.
yeah, you'll get a sense of scale, and either for 3.4 or just after 3.4, the small hangar will come in line. There are small hangar places in the spaceport. It's just we haven't finished the interior of the small hangar out.
This is built out of our common elements. So the idea is that this is how we scale. You know, we build these big elements, and then we can bring them down and build smaller elements out of that.
So here's the large hangar, which will fit lots of ships,
Yeah.
not just a Mustang.
Yeah.
And again, longer term on the we still have some AI going around, but you know, people will be moving carts. When you land, they'll bring stuff over to your ship. So the long-term goal is to have the AI in the place, give it a sense of life, give it a sense of operation. So you know, they're coming out to refuel your ship, coming out to fix it up. all the rest of the stuff. Right, let's get our helmet on and go for a flight.
Welcome. Your journey begins now. All systems operational.
All right, let's go to comms and ask for permission to land.
We just got him in. He's a little blown out.
Yeah, and we can't hear him either. But he's
Yeah.
like, okay, you got permission to land.
Permission to take off.
Let's say take off, sorry, yeah, not land.
So, Glenn, can you look up or good? All the way up?
There you go, our hangar doors are opening. And again, the hangars all here it's all physically correct, so the hangar is the location, you'd see it outside. When you're playing it, you'll see other players coming and going, landing in the hangars. So let's take off.
Launch complete.
So we're also introducing a restricted zone.
So you
And
can see
you
the
see
sort
the
of red
graphic.
area, which is like you're not, until you're after a certain height, you can't fly on. Here we are, that's the Kraken that we were looking out on.
Over there, right there is
L19,
where you
right? Yeah.
spawned. So this gives you a good sense of scale.
And I don't know if we can see, but you should see trains run on the tracks, depending, I think there's tracks to the left there, I can't.
Depending on timing.
Timing, yeah. Just going to get up to appropriate height. And obviously, if you can see, Lorville's made quite a lot of progress from last year when we showed it in the ArcCorp demo at CitizenCon. So we spent a fair amount of time building it out and also building it in a way that will be performant for a city of this sort of scale.
I think Ian increased the size of the building quite a lot too.
Yeah, but you get a sense of just how big the main Hurston building is. And in the goal is in 3.4 or just after it, this opens up as a whole separate area that you take a train to go visit in. Look back. Flying out into Hurston. So I think we've got a mission marker, is that what I think?
In first person you do.
Yeah.
So Hurston's actually built out of 6 biomes. We've got desert, savanna, acidic, strip mines, trash, and polluted coast. So here you'll see the polluted coast. If Glenn flew down towards the ocean.
Yeah, and Hurston is, I believe, about 2,000 kilometers in diameter. So it's about Earth size based on our ratio. So we're doing 1/6 for the main planets, and that's mostly just for traversal reasons, because you'll see, it already takes quite a while to fly, not even that far of a distance. And with the old flight model, we had some of it, but the new flight model even more enforces it. So when you're down in atmosphere, the thicker it is, the harder it is for you to go fast. When you get higher up, you'll be able to go faster. So yeah, we figured 1/6 of the size is still way bigger than anyone else is doing on planets, like 1-1, but it's a nice balance between having the size and the scale and being allowing you to traverse it in reasonable times. So I think that's sort of the acid, the acidic area, and then there's sort of the polluted coast here, and we're heading towards the place we've been told for the mission. And this particular mission, I believe, can spawn in multiple locations.
Yes,
This
it will be.
destination around Hurston.
Yeah.
And so.
And also have multiple branches to it.
And can be multi-part or not multi-part, have different
Yes.
sizes of stuff. So. And I'm expecting all you guys, once you get hold of Hurston, there'll be lots of pretty screenshots and cool community video of that is better than we manage to do normally. So that's pretty awesome. That's actually one of the nicest things every time we do a new release is seeing all the content that you guys generate.
I want to see a 25 on 25 fight.
Yeah.
Here.
So we're sort of hitting the sort of savanna style territory. There's a couple of biomes in Hurston that aren't in this one, but there'll be a planetary bombardment kind of biome. So like Hurston uses,
100%.
they make weapons and they use the planet for testing. So that would be sort of this cratered area that they're testing their orbital devices, and then there's going to be the executive gardens, which will be really sort of plush, for the 1% of Hurston that they've got their, walled gardens, and it's not polluted, and it's, set separately from hoi polloi, not the hoi polloi. I always get correct on that because hoi is the. But anyway, right. So let's head towards our destination. How far out are we? Let's see. What distance do we scan at?
Closer.
Oh. Glenn's showboating. And we have in the new flight model, which I believe is going to be a talk right after this. Actually, it may be. Or
No,
maybe is it the one? Is it after this or one session after this?
I think it's one session.
So the new one has a lot more accurate on the atmospheric modeling. It's modeling drag and lift correctly, and so the different sizes of atmosphere. It won't be in 3.3, but our goal is to get the new model into 3.4. But it's gonna change a lot of things. Probably take some getting used to. But there's definitely a different feeling performance down on planets than there is up in space, which is really good. And also it depends on the ship. So like a ship that has more atmospheric ability, like a Gladius or something, flies a lot better and can turn much tighter in atmosphere than say an Aurora, which is basically a flying brick. So it's pretty, it's very cool. And if you feel it, I don't know in our land room if we're actually showing the atmospheric, we're letting people play with the atmospheric flight there, but it definitely feels different than when you're in space, which is something I think a lot of people wanted to see, and we now have with the new one. So
the goal for scanning, obviously, is to give you a general area that you need to go and scan in. You need to ping, and then from there it's about hunting and finding what you need to actually do. So we found it, because Glenn knows where to go.
Well, we went to the general mission marker,
Yes.
and then we scanned it.
Yes, but he saw it.
And the scanning gameplay is an ongoing thing, so we have quite a lot of more stuff to come in terms of scanning locations, ships. I mean, there's already some of it for mining, and there's already a bit of it for ships, but in terms of what ships have, what the cargo, whether you can have things to block the scans, figuring out what resource amounts are in distant areas.
And that's what we would consider kind of short-range, mid-range scanning. Long-range scanning would be a different aspect, and that is
Engaged.
more about exploration.
Okay, so here's the down satellite that we're just sort of going over the top, and we probably should find a location to land. Let's get a little. All right. Gonna come around the side. All right, we are down on the ground. Let's go check this thing.
Turn it off.
Make sure we have a few weapons just in case. And pistol, ammo. All right. Oh, well, that's cool. Okay, let's do it.
So this is a savanna. Very different biome from what you guys saw before and what you've seen in our game.
Yeah, and this is early days on this. We've still got a lot more stuff to do on our planet tech. Obviously, longer term, we're going to have fauna, animals, creatures.
Yep.
So there'll be natural wildlife depending on the place. There's going to be weather systems, so dynamic weather, rain, snow, all the rest of it. And I'm actually looking forward to when we can have a real dense sort of jungle planet. I mean, Hurston's sort of been polluted, so the most you get is either this sort of kind of sparse savanna, or you're going to get the executive gardens. But the tech that the Frankfurt guys and Marco Cabeda, who's been heading it up, is pretty awesome because this thing covers the whole planet, and when you get down, you're right in the middle of it, and it's really, really cool. And we're constantly working to improve it, so it's already a level above what we showed a year ago, and it's great. It's going to be even better as we carry on. So, and here we go. In the current game, the fire doesn't damage you, but longer term, the fire will damage you. It'll be part of the player status system. We're going to measure the temperature and the heat. So over a certain amount, you start to get damaged. And also, if you're in a tight area, we will actually have the fire entity itself be sucking oxygen out of the air. So, like if there was a fire aboard one of your ships, if you don't put it out, it's pulling the oxygen out of the air, which would work with our player status system, which is all the systemic stuff that we want to get into the game. So it's one big sandbox to just live and exist in, and the things that you think would happen as they would in real life do.
And it's not just fire, it'd be acid or radiation or other different hazard types that we can actually think of and use.
All right, let's go. Top. So we're sort of using, I mean, we've had mantling for a bit. There's a bit more mantling that's going on. Again, all our player sort of locomotion, movement stuff, stage one, we're working on it, but yeah, you'll be able to, mantle, vault, slide, basically do a lot of these sort of parkour style actions and have full locomotion and interactivity with the environment. Again, because we want it to be sort of a tactile, exploratory game feel to it. What's happened with Is it me or is there's something blown out on
The lights.
effects? Yeah. Okay, let's try to make this jump. It's like old school platform game here. All right, we're gonna do it, Glenn. Right,
I believe
get a
in you,
good run
buddy.
up. Here we go. Oh! Glenn! All right. Okay, back up again. Like I said, it's like an old school platform game. Okay, all right. Let's do it all first person. Bam. One. We're actually ducked and crouched there, I think.
Yeah,
So we're
you're
actually
crouching.
ducked as we're going under
Yeah.
it. First person. Okay. And we'll mantle up the last thing. All right. Back here. Try it again.
Settle down.
Glenn!
Heal yourself.
Yeah, you better get that med pen. Do we get any?
Did you die? Oh. Can you do a go-to? Yeah.
What's that?
A go-to?
Yeah, okay. All right, we're going to cheat. We're going to use a developer go-to so we don't have to have you guys go through the whole thing. Yeah, we are going to teleport. Okay, we did say it was real gameplay and live. There you go. So, I think next time you fall, you should probably med pen before you take the next jump. All right, one more time. Glenn like made that jump every single.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't see you miss that jump until now.
Twice.
Hey, now we're out of waiting.
You got it.
All right. So, here,
So again, you're looking for a prototype blade. And this goes to the tactileness that we want. Is that the right one?
so it's
Nope.
TDC 470. No,
Nope.
we need a TDC prototype XX. All right. So we can just drop that. Exactly. Check this one out. No, it's the same one. So the prototype one does not appear to be there.
There you go.
So, someone's probably gotten here first and taken the prototype. So what we need to do is figure out, and this is an example of a multi-part mission, right? So
Yes.
this mission could have ended here and you had the prototype as one of the things, or it can carry on and someone's taken it. In this case, someone has taken it. So we've got to find out where the prototype is. Yeah. We don't have impaling just yet. I don't think I have the physics question. So if we go in here, and this is an example of, like another thing you could do or a puzzle is the satellite shut down, but if we maybe get our multi-2 out and perhaps cut away those restraints there. Get rid of that. Cut those. Falls off. And there'll be things in the game that will let you read what you can use the pour on. Reset it, and hopefully it will allow us to track where the prototype is. Okay, we restarted satellite's internal system, and there's a prototype somewhere, so let's go find it. Is there music played in any of this? I haven't heard any music. Is there music? No, I'm listening
I think it's mostly going to be this one. There's some.
Oh, hang on. Shit, alright, well I guess we don't have our eye. This isn't looking good. There's a cutlass.
Hey Chris, if you're out there, I may need some
There's
help
someone
here.
else, and this would be an example of someone else getting the same mission to come and get there. They've sawn our ship, and they've decided to take it out and then try to go for the prototype.
And I believe you just called your friend?
Doing the reveal or not? It's happening on the camera.
Player 6 just crashed.
What is that?
Ian, can you cut to camera 2? Chris, can you go? Chris, go third person.
Okay. So, this is our friend that we just called. He's showing up. Let's show the tail side gunner as well, I guess. Cut to camera 3. There we go. So this is the Anvil Valkyrie, and it is the first
Camera 2.
straight to flyable ship that we've done. So it's a Anvil drop ship, and it's going to feature also in Squadron 42, and this will launch with 3.3.
Take out
Okay,
5, take out 4.
Yeah, let's get rid of the bad guys.
Take out the bad guys.
Camera 1, Glenn, where are you? Let's see where you're going. Where are the bad guys?
Okay. Glenn is DC.
There we go. That's a sync issue. Oh, we lost the... He's out, right? I can see him on camera too.
Yeah.
Okay,
there we go.
Done. We're still having some sync issues in the multiplayer. All right, I think we killed all the bad guys. Yes, we have. All right, let's bring it down. Oh, not yet. Oh yeah, it's a big rock. Let's avoid that one. There we go. Okay. All right, stop, buddy. All right. Thank you very much. Hey, should we do a little talking? You guys got the FOIP on or not? You got the FOIP on? I was wondering if you said something.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, let's walk up to him, see if he's...
Thanks for the help, man.
You're very welcome. No problem.
Okay, let's close it. Alright, so this is the Anvil Valkyrie. It is, like I said, Anvil's dropship. Both sides there's side guns you can deploy, remote turrets. It's a bit risky. We still have the desync on the ladder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We can take a tour of the bottom.
Well, yeah. Let's just look around the bottom, Glenn, and then I think we're heading to where the prototype blade is.
Go through the doors.
Here's the bottom. You can go up there to where the flight area is. I think if we open up here, it will take us to. It's kind of dark. There you go. Open door. There you go. Whee. And this is where the crew can sit. This will carry like 20 folks. I think this is probably to the turret in the front, right? Yeah.
So the down turret?
The down turret in the
Or
front.
the bottom turret? And then
Got sleeping quarters upstairs. But if we go back, we've got, we're not, rather than us make a mess of the specs, Anvil have a little video that they kindly provided for us to tell us about the Anvil Valkyrie. So let's let Anvil help us out.
Ask any soldier. They'll tell you that battles aren't won or lost based on weapons or numbers or even hardware. They're won on choices. For over a century, our ships have distinguished themselves in thousands of civilian and military combat operations. We are proud to announce another weapon in the arsenal of victory. Get ready for the next generation of warfare with Anvil's Valkyrie dropship. This multi-role weapon platform is designed to get personnel in and out of the hottest combat zones. Featuring 4 powerful rotating thrusters with VTOL capabilities, the Valkyrie is capable of landing with surgical precision to deploy assets. Fitted with a vehicle bay and ramp, you can also efficiently launch ground-based troop transports or reconnaissance vehicles in the field. Each high-performance operator seat features rugged construction with added support to minimize G-force for up to 20 personnel, making sure that your fighting force arrives on site ready to jump into the fray. And don't think for a second that the Valkyrie can't hold its own in a fight. 2 remote turrets featuring size 3 hardpoints can provide suppressing fire during deployment. 2 additional manned turrets provide even more devastating fire to blur the line between dropship and gunship. In the days of antiquity, the Valkyrie were believed to choose which warriors may die in battle and which may live. With Anvil's Valkyrie, we put that choice in your hands.
All right. Okay, let's. How are we doing in terms of getting to the location we need to get to?
Player 2's flying there right now.
Right. Yeah, I can't. It's, the contrast, the resolution. So go on that. So we want to look out the side there, Glenn, maybe.
Well, you can see the remote gunner from player 6 as well.
Okay. Sure. There we go. So yeah, let's switch to player 6.
Can you turn to the right, Daryl? There you go.
And go to the, I guess, to the left, to the front.
Yep.
So it's a full 180 degrees, I guess, full down. So yeah, there's 2 remote gunner seats that command the side guns, remote guns, Gatling guns, and then there's a turret gunner on the top and a turret gunner on the bottom, and obviously a pilot, and then whatever the crew that you bring. So. Someone wants to shoot it? Why not?
Distance.
Well, you want more than one shot? Come on. Hey, bullets cost money. You have to restock your ammo, man. Well, you never know when you may need it, you know what I'm saying? Does the side gunner thing work, by the way? I think it does. It's just something you don't get the thing out of the...
Some pitches.
Okay, Glenn can try it and then go and switch it.
Yeah.
Glenn, you go the side gunner turret. No, don't. Keep on you go on the side gunner turret. And then, yeah. See if it's apparently extremities.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. Okay. All right. So we're heading to where the prototype thing is. And hang on.
No, camera 6.
Back to camera 6, please. So there's some pretty hardcore AA here.
Why don't player 1 and player 3 have a little fun?
Yeah. Okay. This is I guess the military, the version of the temporal cyclone, which is also going live with 3.3.
Yep.
So we have this, the racing version. I think the missile version. Do we? I can't remember what that's.
I think all versions of them are going.
Okay. All right. We got rid of.
I think we got rid of all of them.
All the AA. All right.
Yep.
So.
Oh. We did improve the rocks. You don't run over every single one of them now.
Yeah, that's one of the AA turrets. That's another AA turret we took out. And again, this will be another optional continuation of the mission. So another type of missions that we have in 3.3 on Lawville or Hurston, actually more Hurston, is underground facilities. So this is the very first example of underground systems. So we're going to have underground facilities, caves, other kind of things. And this particular one, this happens to be a kind of, I don't know, waste storage.
I think it was used for refining.
Refining,
and,
right?
Well, we'll go check it out.
So let's go down.
You guys are too good a shot. You left nothing for us.
What's that? What do you say?
Too good a shot.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, let's go in, down to the facility.
Scott.
Scott? All right, so Glenn and Scott are going to go down. Look over at Scott. We're going to go 2-team in to try and see, get the prototype. Cut to player 2.
Player 3.
Player 3, sorry. Player 3. There you are, you can...
Don't let the bastard
He scratched up his helmet.
Damn it.
Player 1.
We need some fun.
Okay, so here's the other part of the mission is FPS AI mission. So this is cooperative gameplay against FPS AI. Currently, I think in 3.3 you have missions that spawn at Korea,
Yeah.
and then we're going to have missions that are spawning around Hurston, like this underground one.
So this is our first pass on it. You guys have been working very hard on getting all the behaviors working properly. Hit reaction.
Oh, I saw one more guy. Oh.
Can we cut to Scott?
My shit, man.
You too.
And again, diegetic, VoIP and VoIP will be there. So when you're there, you can talk to when you've got people in your team, you'll be able to talk to them. So, and it'll all be automatic based on who you make friends and everything. So in this particular case, you wouldn't need to be linked up in Discord or TeamSpeak or anything. As long as you're in the team, you're all there. It'll be like operating in a real world fire group. So I think here is where the TDC is. I swear that was so worth it before. It's so annoying that it changes. All right, prototype TDC XX. Okay, and we've recovered the blade now. This is the second part of the two-part mission, and now we've got to take this back to our drop point in Lorville.
Yes, to get paid.
To get paid.
So now the question is, did you get everybody?
Nope.
So one of the things that we've been working on is kind of the knockdown system, staggers, those types of things. We need to do some internal play tests a little bit more, but ideally we roll that out soon.
Should you not be standing still?
Who's fine?
I thought it gets kicked after a little while. Respawn, those are all spawn at the end, respawn some afterwards. Like in this mission, I wonder if we spawn some after you get it again.
Chris is giving me notes for me to fix on the mission.
Alright. Just saying, Wouldn't it be cool if a few other people stopped out of the
Yes.
popped out on your way back up?
We will add reinforcements.
So glad they fixed the popping.
Follow the sun, Glenn. Don't stare at it too long, but.
All right, let's head back to Lorville.
Is this a special color?
Oh yes, so we would say that the Valkyrie that's been flown here is a special CitizenCon edition. That's if you get the Valkyrie during CitizenCon or within this week, I think you get to have this color as opposed to the standard. We have a digital gray camo, and those are the two options. There's a military version, but that's just responsible.
Take it off.
Roger that.
All right.
So we're gonna head back to gate 2 and basically show you guys a little bit. Hey, Chris, can you gain some altitude and let's get there?
The side guns, I guess, just don't work. Oh. Why? Stereo view. Are you allowed to do that? It has to be on the CG. Can we?
I don't know if those are roads. I'll ask Ian.
No, there are. In these, there's built-in. Those are the. That's the strip mining biome. And they've got the roads that they did the strip mining in.
Okay.
But there is a road system that is in for the procedural planet setup that we aren't using just yet. It just sort of came online, so we're going to start to carve roads. The same system will be used for rivers and other things down the road.
Smile, Scott. How's it going? Gonna be right on the drop off here in Rodriguez.
Can we do a shot of player 6? Player 6, please. That was a good looking ship. So as we get closer to the city, this is a no-fly zone. And this is our early implementation of no-fly zones. Eventually we will have paths that you will need to stick on. You will need to follow. So very similar to what you get with real-world airports. You just won't be able to fly anywhere and everywhere over the city under a certain altitude.
Flat low. Now we can, yeah, okay. Oh, you can see the piping there.
Can we do we'll get to player 6.
Alright, let's land Our drop-off point is right by gate 2, so rather than fly all the way in and then take a train out to the perimeter, we're going to land out here because we can't go in closer because of the no-fly zone, and then drive to gate 2 and get to sort of check out the outside of Lawville as well.
Guys are good to go. Thanks for the ride, man.
Again, that was us using the VoIP situational for the team. Cut to player 3.
Player 3.
No, we are on player 3 now.
Oh,
He changed.
sorry.
He was in his third person view.
Scott. There you go.
Back to player 1. So again, this sort of gives you an idea of the perimeter and the scale of the city.
Yep.
That was fun, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I'll be in the bar later, yeah?
Meet you there.
So now you have to find your way through.
Yeah, in the outskirts of Lawville, you know, we're gonna, in different areas, there's a little example of a bit of a shanty town. So these are people that have been pushed out of the inner city, but people still hang on the outside gates, sell their wares to people coming and going from Lawville. Yeah, you can appreciate the size and the scale of Lawville. So we're now down on the foot. You can sort of look up, if you look up, Glenn. It's pretty big, and this is what you fly in and out of. I mean, I think one of the nice things with Star Citizen is just the sense of scale that you get, but also the sense of detail when you're down there on foot. So it's all the, you know, you can see things, you can interact with them in your hand. You know, we've got millimeter precision for that, but we've got scale that goes to billions of kilometers. All right. Just put this through here, should be okay.
Comply with all commands from person security and authorized law.
Not getting a custom interview, but longer term, again, we're saying the law and order system, scanning,
Keep
smuggling.
it going, people.
You try and sneak through things, maybe a scan sets off something, you
Get
taken to the
taken to
interview room.
customs.
Yeah, and here's the use of the sort of Dropbox stuff that we're putting into 3.3, so as well as admins that you can pick up and drop things from. This is also allowing you to drop off stuff, so this is sort of a drop that we're going to do, which is to complete our mission.
Clovis doesn't like to get his hands dirty.
Yeah, exactly.
The use of weapons within
Deniability.
Your
We just
safety
place it.
is paramount to us.
For that, done. Now, mission is
You are subject to all person laws and can
There
be
you go.
prosecuted for violations.
Yeah, deliver the cargo. We're done. So now we're going to catch the metro. Hopefully, the metro line from the perimeter doesn't run as frequently as they want.
No. Anybody from Europe will understand that.
So let's get up there and see what's happening.
I think we got a little bit of a wait.
Person security reserves the right to search
The
travelers.
train, run! Get in it! 7! Oh, yes!
You made up for your 2 jumps, buddy.
It's literally a 5-minute wait on the perimeter, so that was good because we're running behind schedule anyway. So.
So a lot of painstaking work went into making this real.
Yeah, when the transit system's fully working and we've got the persistent hubs, this would be the way you would get to your location, just like in the real world. So there will be different stops for different sections.
And right now, this is only running from gate 2 to gate 1. Eventually, we'll do kind of package things together. So like gate 1, gate 2, gate 3 to spaceport or to the main center.
Yeah, and the transit system will probably be used in most of our landing locations and the advanced ones to take you to different areas of interest. You know, from the spaceport to the central business district to the habitation areas to the dark, seedy favela area or whatever, depending on the locations we have.
And I think this thing's moving at about 200 kilometers an hour, so about 120. 120 miles an hour.
That's our space bullet train.
Yes, it's moving. I mean, it's got to cover, 12 kilometers.
We're almost there. Okay. All right. So now we're in the L19 area, aren't we?
Yeah, we're in the L19.
L19, so we're just going to hop the train. We're going to hop the train to the spaceport and check out the ship dealer.
Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines.
Our friends on the perimeter there. As I said, commuter citizen.
When train is approaching.
Arriving 42. What's the other one?
Be considerate to your fellow travelers. Do not block doors.
That'll be the other one we're going to do then.
Yeah.
It's,
So eventually, what we want to do is basically, Glenn, can you look at the map real quick? Behind you. There you go. So be able to show trains in transit just so you understand where you're going, how to get there, and where it's at.
Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Step away from the platform edge when train is approaching.
All right. How long is it? It's like a 15 second?
It's a 30-second wait.
It is?
Yep.
Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks.
If it was 30, then, or if it was 20, we wouldn't have made the last one.
Really?
Yeah.
That was spring.
Person security reserves the right to search travelers at any time.
So ideally we get a ship for you. Since
yes.
since you've
After
been
all
wanting
that,
to
we
see
should
that.
buy a ship, I think.
trespassing or attempting to trespass is a serious and dangerous offense.
Right, we got 6 minutes then before the next session's up.
Gotta move it, bud. Yeah, don't break your legs. Yeah.
Use of weapons within Lorville is strictly prohibited. Your safety is paramount to us.
All right, let's head into New Deal. So in 3.3, once Hearst and Lorville in, you'll be able to rent ships and also buy ships. Renting ships obviously will be more economical in the short term because ships themselves.
Well, it lets you try them out.
Yeah, lets them try them out, and they also cost money. So it's an opportunity to rent something, to use it, figure it out. So here's the New Deal. A couple of obviously ships that are coming in 3.3. There's the Phoenix, sitting right there, the new Mustang. Of course, to the right is, it's just a pretty looking ship. Yeah, the Hammerhead.
The big boy.
Again, another ship that's coming with 3.3. I think the Avocado just started to play with it. Have fun. It's probably a bit out of our price range. Yeah, it's definitely out of our price range. We don't have that much money. So let's go in and get something that's a little cheaper for us.
Yeah.
I don't know how much. I think Mustang, maybe 100,000 or something. I'd have to look. This is our first pass at. We're still working on the economy. There's a whole matrix in terms of how much material things got, the manufacturing quality, the brand. It's the same for items. So we have a matrix that's done to work with the dynamic economy on ships and on items. Obviously, there's still going to be.
Hello and welcome to the New Deal shipyard, where there ain't no such thing as too low of a deal.
He just went in
Take a
last
walk around
night.
and just breathe it in.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Little work.
The lighting's on. So yeah, like I don't know how much. Let's. Okay,
600.
Which is the Aurora? 220,000. I don't know. The 85X is that much more expensive. But we can get a Prospector maybe.
Glenn's been wanting to buy.
Yeah. All right. There we go. And we have a Prospector we can now fly. And there we go. That is the end of the mission demo. So we've done a mission in Lorville / Hurston that is going to be in 3.3 once that comes online. We've shown you the various parts of the gameplay, including the FPS aspect that you can do against the environment, multi-part missions, the various biomes of Hurston, the transit system, the enhanced interaction system, being able to buy or rent ships. We didn't show renting, but that's also be part of this. And they will all be stuff that will come with 3.3 that you guys will play once Hurston and Novo will be on site. So thank you very much for seeing this. We've been working really hard, and there's still a bunch more work to be done to get the glitches and bugs out, which you all got to experience a bit of. But we're really kind of excited by the beginnings and the possibilities of what it's going to provide. And I think the rest of the day, we've got a whole bunch of panels that are talking about various things that we've done, including how we built Hurston, some of the technology we've used, some of the other graphics technology we've been working on, the new flight model, which won't be in 3.3, but it'll be coming in 3.4 onwards, which we're also pretty excited by. So I would say go and visit the panels. The audio guys have got some really great presentations on their stuff. Character guys have got great stuff. Tony has a design session that he's going to sit in and expound on, so that will also be really interesting. So